Well, William, why don't you tell us who you are and what you do?
Well, I'm William, and I help you get customers by sending cake. We started like 6 months ago saying we were going to automate birthday deliveries with cake. Did that in Norway, sort of blew up, and we decided let's think big and go to the States. So we moved to SF and said let's do it in San Francisco as well.
So you moved from Norway to San Francisco specifically to expand your cake shipping business.
Yes,
I mean, I feel like if you could make a business work in Oslo, Norway, you could make it work anywhere.
exactly. But actually, the fun thing is we came to San Francisco and then we tried to do the same thing, the birthday thing, and nobody in San Francisco cared because I think the American culture is nobody cares about their employees. So
Oh, shoot. Okay.
yeah, so we pivoted and yeah,
Well, first of all, like Norway is tiny, it's freezing, it's, middle of nowhere, Northern Europe, and it's probably not very business friendly, I imagine, right?
well, it's definitely business friendly, but it's a smaller market, right? I mean,
Right.
the whole population in all of Norway is 5 million people, right? So
Oh, geez.
it's yeah,
That's like a little bigger than Utah.
exactly.
Okay, so tell me what your business started as and what first gave you the idea for this business.
Yep.
And I know your model changed when you moved to SF, so explain exactly what the business model started as.
The idea actually came from I've worked in sales since I was 12 years old, so always been chasing that. And in Norway, there was almost like a hackathon, but for sales. So it was called the Norwegian Championship of Sales. And there's like 100 sales reps that show up. I'm like stressed and nervous. I have no idea what I'm selling, and then I get a paper in front of me that says you're gonna automate birthday deliveries with cake.
Hmm. This was just randomly assigned to you at a competition.
Yep. It's ridiculous. But that day I booked like 17 meetings in 4 hours with like companies like KPMG. So I was like, okay, this is big. People want this. And from there I started building a birthday solution. Yeah.
So, first of all, how did you book those 17 meetings? Just outbound cold calling to a list that they provided you?
Yep.
And what was your pitch to them?
I don't remember exactly what I pitched back then, but I think it was something like we started this new company. We're doing something crazy. We got investors on board and we would like to give you a free cake if you'd like to take a meeting with us. And then like I told them the idea, which was we're going to automate your birthday deliveries. And everyone laughed at that because you get so many cold cakes, but when is someone or you get so many cold calls, but when has someone called you and asked if you want a cake, right?
Yeah.
So it was like a very smooth intro into the call, and yeah, just worked.
Okay, so there's like a couple different gifts going on here. Like you want to give them a cake to get their attention, right? But the quote unquote hypothetical startup that you just raised money for is something that automates birthday deliveries that like a large company would buy from you so they could better serve their employees. Is that right?
Right. So let's say you have 40 employees, and all of these employees, you want to make sure they feel seen. So you do something for their birthday. Maybe you do something every time someone turns 30, 40, 50, not every single birthday, whatever. You have to recognize these people. And so, at least in Norway, it's very normal to do that with cake. And what's the worst that can happen, right? You remember someone but forget someone else. So we just figured, okay, let's just solve that pain and make that never be an issue again.
And was the idea to integrate with like Gusto and ADP and Paychecks and use that data to automate everything?
Yep. I think that's also where we met the problem with it, because when we were cold calling people, we were very aggressive with like, you have to sign up for this. And then we integrated with like 40 different HR systems. And we said, okay, let's scale this when we get to the US. So we did that and we A B tested like 40 different ads and none of them converted. So I think the good thing is this is a genuine cash cow business opportunity because the retention is really good. Like if someone signs up for this, they're going to stay there. But the problem was when we tried to really scale this and make this a big company, we met the issue of this not being a big enough problem for someone to actually sign in with their HR system, make sure everything is okay without a human person pushing them. So that's why we pivoted. But like we grew that to $150,000 ARR before we pivoted.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm still confused about the competition aspect of this. Did at this sales competition, did they give all of the sales people the same hypothetical startup, the same offer?
Yep.
Okay. So you weren't supposed to actually turn this into a business. Is that right?
That's right.
How many people were at this competition?
Like 50. Yeah, I mean there was like 1,000 people watching, but like 50 sales reps or more that competed. So They just put us in rounds. It was like, I think they divided the day into 5 bulks of like 1 hours. So you cold called for 1 hour. Whoever had the least meetings after 1 hour, the 50% at least got knocked out. And then they did that 5 times until there was a final. And then the winner got like $10,000, I think. So.
And how close did you get to winning?
3rd place. I was 1 meeting away from 1st place. So.
Oh no.
So, but still, I mean, I think I got $500, and I got the idea that made this happen. So
were you on a team, or was it just you cold calling for 5 hours straight?
Just me.
Okay. Now, so of the 50 people, you were the only one that said, hey, like, I know this is just hypothetical here, but I'm actually going to start this business because I had a lot of success here. And you were comparing it to previous cold calls that you made. And you're like, geez, 17 calls and 17 booked appointments in
Exactly.
5 hours for something that has high LTV, lifetime value, low churn. Yep. Like, I need to actually do this.
I just started doing the numbers in my head. I was like, okay, so wait, so if a company with 40 employees sign up, that's $80 per cake, and then 50% margins. Maybe I'm able to make that happen. Wait, that's like $5,000 a year. And then if I get sales reps to do this and I pay them $2,000 per client, then wait, the next year I'm just going to make full profit on that. So I just started doing the numbers and like calculating in my head, and it just made sense. So,
oh man. And here's the thing, like, I'm a little surprised it didn't work in the States, because I just filmed a video, it hasn't gone live yet, but with this woman in Dallas that does corporate gifting. And a lot of what she does is for birthdays, but mostly it's like for, high ticket enterprise SaaS, where she'll send, like, the company will go to someone's LinkedIn and see they graduated from Syracuse and send like a highly curated box of like Syracuse alumni gear to someone in the hopes that they'll get a call with the sales rep. And she facilitates the logistics of all these gift boxes, and she does very well. So like, obviously corporate gifting is a well-established industry here. Why do you think you couldn't break into that with a birthday angle?
Well, that's sort of what we're breaking into now, but from a sales angle, right? I just think companies usually have 2 really large budgets, and it's sales and it's engineering. You always want to sell your product and get more customers, and you always want to build your product better so you get more customers. And so that's where the 2 largest budgets are, and everything else is just noise that you have to do to make the business go around. So I think it just wasn't a big enough pain for people to say, oh, I really want to prioritize this. Now, it is to be said, after going like semi-viral with the cake thing the last couple of weeks, we have gotten inbounds from people who are like, oh, we want to do cakes. But compared to the people that's inbounding us and saying we want to do cakes, or cold cakes as I call them, it's just not comparable. And the same thing happened in Norway. This is how I know like what we're doing now is the right thing, is we were in all the biggest news in Norway, like all the time, because it's such a unique idea. And we got 0 inbounds from that. Everyone thought it was cool. And when we called, everyone knew about us and it was easier to sell. But the pain wasn't big enough for people to reach out and say, oh, I've been waiting for this the last 5 years. I think that goes for a lot of businesses. It just isn't the biggest priority. Like if you're good at sales, you can scale this and you can make it something you probably make like $1 million a year off of, and that's fine. But I wanted to build a really big company, and I think the path we've taken now is even better.
So you might not know this, but this isn't my real channel. My full channel is linked below or right here. Go check that out for full episodes.